Hey, it's Tay, and welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. This is the 31st video, and honestly, I'm a little sad to say that it's done. So thank you to any and everyone who's watched this video or any of the other ones. Starting off, you're going to be taking some orange paint and making an oval in the middle. If you're using a split cake, be careful not to twist your brush the wrong way. And then on the edges of this oval, you're going to add two other semicircle strokes down on each side. Now taking a purple, I'm just making some little strokes on the outside for decoration. Now taking a black paint, I'm going to start making the face of the jack-o'-lantern like if you had carved it out. I chose just to do two eyes and a mouth and a little nose, but you can do however much or little you want to do. Now going in with a brown, I'm making the stump, and then taking some green, I'm going to make a few little leaves around it. Next I'm taking another green, and I'm just making some squiggly lines for vines around this. Now going back in with black, I'm outlining the pumpkin as well as the decorations we made earlier and the stump and the leaves. Now going in with some white, I'm going to add some highlights to the eyes and the mouth, the body of the pumpkin, the leaves, the decorations, the vines, anywhere that I felt like I wanted a little bit of highlight. Going in with white body paint, I'm just making the outline of the candy corn shape, which is basically a triangle with rounded edges. Now taking some orange body paint, I'm making a stripe across the middle of each candy corn where the orange would be. And now to finish off the candy corn, I'm taking some yellow and filling in the bottom section. And then finally, I'm taking some black body paint on a thin brush and I'm just outlining the candy corn. Going in with some purple body paint, I'm making large bubbly letters to spell out boo, making sure that they overlap slightly. Now going in with some orange body paint, I'm starting to outline the letters a little bit thicker than I usually would with a black outline to kind of make them look like they're popping out or they're graffiti-like. Now going in with some white, I'm just making little highlights to make it look more 3D. Taking some white body paint, I'm beginning to draw out the shape of my ghost. I started with the head before moving on to the body, and then I filled in the head before I moved on. For the first ghost, the head is kind of a circle that becomes more of an oval at the end, and the body is a little bit of an S that gets narrow as it goes away from the head. Now going in with some black body paint, I'm making two circle eyes and filling those in, as well as a little circle mouth that makes it look like he's saying boo or moaning or something. I gave him some little eyebrows to make him look a little bit happier, and then I outlined the whole thing in black. For the second one, I kind of wanted to play around with shapes more, so his head's kind of a melted Hershey kiss. The arms are a little bit of heart-shaped, and his body is much rounder than the other one. Taking some black body paint, I'm going to outline all of the shapes that I've made, as well as give him a face. For the face, I just made 2 circle eyes and a circle mouth. Whenever I make a skull, I always start by making a circle and filling it in, and then making a little rectangle off the bottom of that. And for the bones, I made a little hearts on each end, and I connected it with a line for the bone into the skull. Going in with black body paint, I started to outline it. I made sure to do the skull first and have the bones look like they're coming out of the background by making the outline continuous and not messing up anyway. I made 2 black eyes, 2 little oval noses, and some lines where I thought the mouth would go. For the gravestone, I took some gray body paint and I started by making an arch on the top, but instead of finishing it like a circle, I went straight down and gave it a flat bottom so it looked more like a square, and then I just kept fixing that until like the shape that it was. Then going in with some black body paint, I did the outline, and then a little bit in from the side, I made another line that curved and went straight, as well as connecting each end at an angle on the bottom to make it look like it had dimension, and then I wrote the letters RIP and put periods on them. And then I took some white body paint to do some highlights on the edges and on the letters. Taking some white body paint, I made 4 lines that connected at a center point, and then made little curved lines connecting those for the spider webs. I made 2 of them, 1 on each side. For the body of the spider, I made the top round, but I made the end pointy, and then I made a circular head with 2 little pinchers coming off of it. For the legs, I made lines coming out at a diagonal, and then I made 2 other little lines coming off of those at diagonals, so they looked like they were crawling across my arm. I didn't want the edges to be too round, but I also didn't want them to be too sharp and look like they weren't authentic. Taking some white, I did an outline on the body, but I put too much white on the bottom one, so I blended that out with my finger. And then went in with some purple body paint and made 2 triangles that connected in the middle, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom, kind of like a black widow. I made a rectangle out of purple body paint, and then taking black body paint, I started working on the brim of the hat, which I wanted to be uneven and look like it had worn and had life. And then for the top, I added some curves and some angles to achieve the same effect, and then I filled that in. For the buckle, I just took some gold paint and made a square around the purple, and then I added a little semi-line inside of that. Going in with some white body paint, I gave some highlights to give the hat dimension. I started off by making a giant circle with white body paint. I took a dark green body paint to do the outside of the iris, and then going in with a lighter green, I filled that in before taking the darker green again to blend the edges out. Then I took some more white body paint to kind of fix the shape of the eyeball itself. Then taking some black, I did the outline of the iris, and I did the outline of the eyeball itself, as well as going in to make the pupil. Made some semi-curved black lines coming off of the outline of the iris, as well as white ones coming off of the pupil to add color and dimension to the iris. Taking red body paint on a very thin brush, I started to make some veins. To make veins, you really make one line and then you start adding little ones off of it. I also have a vein tutorial from 31 Days of Halloween if you'd like to check that out. Taking a brush that has a lighter brown on one side and a darker brown on the other, I made a circle and filled that in for the head, as well as going down and making two swooping lines that meet at a point and filling that in for the body. And then for the wings, I made a curved line at the top, and then I made little curves going in all the way towards the body and filled that in as well. Using the same two colors, I made little triangles at the top for the ears and then cleaned everything up. Going in with a black body paint, I started to outline the head and the body and the wings. I made 3 little circles kind of in a triangle on either side to be the feet. I started to make some circles and curved lines on top to be kind of a cool decoration like the bat is flying. Using a blue, a white, and a black, I made eyes for the bat. I made a light pink nose. I took some black to make a W for the mouth, as well as white for the fangs that were outlined in black. And then I went and added dots on the sides of the decorations that we had made. And I really hope you enjoyed this video and all the other videos from 31 Days of Halloween. Please like and or subscribe to my channel. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram at taeistrying. And again, thank you so much to any and everyone who watched these videos. It means the world to me. Bye!